My first question, I have some questions about the history of SimplePlan.
Okay.
That I'm not really sure of, and I always wanted to ask you.
I thought you knew more about us than we did.
Yes,
Because you're SimplePlan.cz's and
yeah, I know,
you have all info.
I still think that I have some blank spots.
Okay.
In the history.
Okay.
We'll try to clarify.
That's why I wanted to ask you, what was your first impression of each other? Like when you met in like high school, the first time you met each other, or I don't know, Pierre, anybody.
Well,
Okay.
I thought they were pretty cool because I was a big fan of their other band, Reset. So I thought they were like cool because they were 2 years older than me, and in high school that's a lot. So I was like, oh, you know, they're really cool, those kids. So I thought they were cool. Yeah. And then Jeff was my brother's friend actually. Sorry. So he was, you know, I knew him when I was little too. So.
That's right.
And then we thought David was kind of crazy.
Yeah, well,
because we saw him in another band. I was like, who's that crazy dude? We want him in our band, you know.
At first, Pierre was in my grade in school in whatever, in seventh. I met him in 7th grade. So first year of high school for us, which is a little different than other school, and we became friends right away. It's funny, like we hung out. I guess, you know, before we even played music, we were friends, and then we got into the whole idea of playing together. Sebastien, I met.
We were from the same neighborhood.
Same neighborhood, so I knew him from around where I live, and he was always rollerblading.
Rollerblading a lot, yeah.
And he had the long hair.
So, yeah, I was kind of a nerd. Maybe they thought I was kind of a dork. A little, probably.
A little bit. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't like his haircut. I'll be honest. I'll go on record. I didn't like his haircut. I'm sorry.
He's had the same one. I don't care. It's all good. He's had the same
I had
haircut
the same one
since,
before.
No, I mean, for the past like 20 years, we've had the same hair.
It's true.
It is true.
I had the same hair. So, and then Jeff, we've played with. He was a year older than me than Pierre and I, and we've played with him. Like he joined our first band for a little bit, but then he was like, you know, I'm doing my own thing. I have my own style. So he went and did his own thing. We did our own thing, and we were friends, and we were hanging out in high school. Like it was a little older, but it was cool because everybody that played music kind of hung out together, and yeah. So I thought he was a really good musician. That's my first impression, and really nice. And years later, you know, we got to be in a band together.
Yeah.
Do you think we could find some sort of an exact date when you guys got together?
Well, it depends because it was.
I know that it was just the 4 of you, and then David.
Actually, it was like it started off with Jeff and Chuck, and then
Jeff and
shortly
Chuck,
after I came, and then Pierre, and then David.
That's right.
And do you think we could like find out the exact date when even David was in the band?
I think we could. It was.
I really want SimplePlan to have their own birthday.
I know.
It's probably gonna be May.
May.
Well, it's probably right after that Jam Day Night show.
Yeah.
So that's in April always.
What year was that?
That was 88.
98?
No,
98?
No,
I mean,
no.
98, 99?
99.
99.
May 1999.
No, hold on. No. 2000 for David. No, that's not true. That is a big lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
2000 we're in 2001 we're making the record.
2000.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah, 2000. May 2000 would be the birthday. SimplePlan month.
So it's already 11 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now I have a pretty tricky question that I always wanted to ask you. So when you guys were in Reset, I remember that there were some probably disagreements with you and Pierre or something like that. You left Reset, and then shortly after that, Pierre left Reset too. But you already started the band with Jeff and with Sebastien, and then you let Pierre join the band. Weren't you afraid that? Because you already knew Pierre.
Yeah. No, because you know what it was like. We had some little issues with Reset, and then that kind of fell apart. And then we had like a year where we didn't really hang out too much together, and we all matured and we got older and we got smarter and wiser
and better looking.
And also and realized that you know, like we tried a bunch of other singers before, and nobody was as good, or we couldn't really get along. So it was like, you know what, we just gotta go back and ask Pierre to be in the band. He's the best singer that we know, and you know, we were really good friends for so long. It's kind of stupid what happened, so let's just erase all that, and you know, and then we had a big talk about it, and then it just kind of just fell in place. You know, I had to lie a little bit to bring him to the band. You know, I said we had big contracts coming, and we were, you know, gonna have a big soundtrack for a movie. It wasn't true, you know, but.
Well, the best thing is that he joined the band.
He joined the band, you know, and the rest is history, as they say.
Yes.
Also, when you released your first record, No Pets, No Emotions, Malls, you had Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 and Joel Madden from Prchalová singing on it. It was your debut album.
I know, right?
How did you get those big names?
That
Good
was
question.
Yeah. Well, we true story. We met Good Charlotte when they opened up for MXPX in Montreal, and then
Nice.
that's easy. And then we took him out to the strippers. So then they had no choice but to pay us back by singing on the. No, I'm kidding. No, they're just they were just very nice people, and we got along great. So they wanted to help out a band. And Mark actually dates back further because Chuck's been in touch with Mark for quite a while.
I will tell you a story. With our first band, Reset, we played this really cool event called Snow Jam, which was like put on by this, like, you know, punk rock promoter in Quebec, and we played with Blink while they were called Blink, not even Blink-182. So like on their first album, Cat, and we were just coming out as well with our first band, Pierre and I, Reset. So we hung out with them, and you know, I wouldn't say we became like super good friends, but we were friendly. And from all this time, you know, fast forward to Blink-182, they have the big record, Dude Ranch, and you know, they're getting a lot bigger. So they're playing a show in Burlington, right? And my friend Patrick, you know, Patrick,
Absolutely.
Yes.
ex-SimplePlan.com, but still a good friend. Patrick and I are like, Blink-182 are playing Burlington, let's go. And I had an exam that day, and I wasn't supposed to skip it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna skip the exam, just go to the show because I really want to see Blink. So I go there, and I see Mark, and he recognized me, and he's like, come over, and we talk, and you guys were in Reset, yeah, I remember you, blah, blah, blah. So we started talking, I had this new band, you should check it out. I gave him a CD, and we kept in touch, we emailed, and he just really fell in love with I'd Do Anything.
And on that CD, yeah, there was I Do Anything.
Yeah, and he's like, man, I love this song. And I remember he was at the MTV Awards, they were about to play, and he was sending me an email saying, man, like, I'm really sick in my hotel room, but all I've been doing is listening to I'd Do Anything. I love that song. It's my favorite I heard in a long time, and you know, so it was like, wow, he loves that song that much that maybe we'll take a chance and we ask him if he wants to sing on it. And you know, I gotta say how amazing and generous he was, and you know, I even told him many times now, like, how big of a deal it was for us that he even liked the song. And then on top of all that, you know, he went out of his way to help us, a young band that really didn't accomplish anything, and he just was very generous and, you know, was very gracious and sang on the album. We flew to San Diego, and we hung out with him at the studio, and it was like a dream come true for us, you know, because it was one of our favorite bands, like, that influenced us a lot, you know. And he was so nice, and his mom actually came out to the studio, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
And yeah, it was really, really cool. And
Doesn't she have really big boobs? They always joke about that on stage, but
Nah, I'm not even gonna comment on that.
like, they always say,
touching
oh,
that
your
one.
mom has big tits. They always say that on stage. Well, they used to. Anyways.
Maybe. I don't remember, I'll be honest. But she was very nice, and he did the song and recorded it, and it was amazing, you know. And I think it had a huge impact on our career, and you know, to this day, you know, I'm really grateful for Mark and Blink, because they were, you know, they brought us on tour as well, and they've always been very, very cool to us, so we appreciate it very much.
Absolutely. Do you have any nicknames for each other that fans don't know about?
No, we don't. We don't.
No, we don't.
You don't?
Sorry.
We don't.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Just call each other Sebastien, Chuck, and
Seb,
Seb.
Chuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, a little bit about your discography. Why do your records do you usually include only 11 songs? Why not more? Because I know you always write like 60 and
We had 12.
record.
We had 12
I know
on the
you
first
had
record.
12, but still, I know you usually record like 15, right?
Because you know what it is? It's natural selection.
Yeah.
Only the best songs survive. But
And also, when we go on tour, we can't play like 11 songs. We can't play them all, and we always feel bad for the songs we don't play. So the less songs we don't play, then we're not gonna feel as bad, you know.
and I think also just artistically, you know, if it's too long, the record sometimes loses its focus, or you know, I just feel like sometimes you're better off to put, you know, what you feel is the best balance. You know, like you have your fast songs, a little slower song, more like emotional songs. So it has to be a good balance and a good sequence, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to add songs just because,
Yeah.
you know.
But we have a lot more songs that are kind of, you know, ready to go. So maybe very soon we'll put them out.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Knock on wood.
Speaking about songs, you have Jet Lag video out.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, because you said that Patrick was somewhere in the video.
Oh yes, he is
Yes,
somewhere.
but you don't really see him very well.
You don't really
From
see
what
him
I
anywhere.
hear, he is the guy who's like at some wall or something like that.
He's it's at the end when we're at the gate
Yeah.
and Pierre's walking
Pierre's
to the
walking
gate.
in the gate.
He's
Yeah.
kind of like walking next to him, or he's sitting down somewhere. But really, like I don't think you're gonna find him. It's really hard to find.
Yeah.
But he was present, and
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
We did
Cameo.
film him.
Also, I hear that there's apparently some sort of a Patrick reference in the astronaut music video.
There is.
Yes.
And are we gonna find that?
I'm sure you will.
It's
Yeah.
very subtle.
Yeah.
It's subtle, but it's similar to the reference there was in Untitled.
Yes, that's right.
So like it's
Yeah,
you'll see. That video's coming out pretty soon anyway, so you'll soon find out.
Can you give us some scoop?
Yes, it's coming out pretty soon.
Okay.
And it's really good.
It's cool. Like it's kind of a it seems more like a movie than a music video.
Yeah.
Like it kind of really tells the astronaut's story beautifully. And
Is it longer than the song?
no, it's not because
There's probably the
not.
biggest, longest intro we ever had to a video. Though.
yeah, that is true. It is
It's
longer than the
almost-
song. Yes, I'm
Yes,
sorry. Yes, it
a
is.
little bit. But it's not like, yeah, it's probably like a 45 second, 40-second intro. But it's just really cool. It's just different. It's
Sets the
something
mood,
that
yeah.
that we've never really, it's something that we haven't done before, and it's really, I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, and it's a powerful song, and the video is very
Yeah,
powerful.
definitely is. I can't wait to see it. Now, about Get Your Heart On. I know you have the song I Never Should Have Let You Go on it.
Yes.
And I remember that you guys recorded it during the...
Third album.
Yes,
Third
yes,
album.
yes, yes.
Yes.
And that's what I wanted to ask you. Why did you go with the song that you already had for the third album, and not with one of those 60 that you wrote for the fourth album?
Well, we just felt it was a good song that we didn't release on the last time around, and it was all recorded, it was all mixed, it was all ready to go. So we just felt like, hey, you know what? Let's throw it as an extra. It's really cool, and then we'll save all the new songs that we have, like the 60 whatever one, for maybe another project down the road. Like maybe it will be a B-side
Soundtrack
collection or
or
a soundtrack, or it will be like a DVD thing with extra songs, or a deluxe version of the record or something. But we're gonna use a lot of those songs because I think they're really good. I think the band, we all love them. So we just have to find time to record them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How would you describe each of your albums with one word?
I would say.
No pads, no helmets, just balls.
That one I would say young and fun. So young.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, young and fun. That's good.
That's two. I know that's two words, but that really
Okay.
describes that record. Yeah.
The second one.
That one would be like rock, or energy, or like one of those. I would say.
Yeah.
Would you say the same?
Yeah, I was gonna say something like rock or something like second album.
Second album.
What can I say about the second album? One word, that's tough.
Yeah, I know.
But-
It's pop rock, so it's really like in your face. So face.
Face.
I would say
Yeah.
face.
Powerful.
Yes, there you go. Powerful.
There you go.
How about the third one?
I would say emotional for that one for me.
Yeah, a little darker. A little
There's
more.
a lot of important songs like No Love, like Your Love Is a Lie, that they speak the truth and they're very like meaningful.
maybe
meaningful.
like, yeah, maybe experimental a little too, because we try different things. So yeah. And then
And the last one?
new one.
I would say erection.
erection. It gives me erection.
Yeah.
Very proud. Very proud of
Yeah.
it. Very happy with it. And it's a fun album too. And it's kind of like back to our roots a little bit. And I'm gonna say.
It's all Simple Plan mixed together.
I'm
so
gonna
maybe
say
like
that-
Blender.
I'm gonna say the best
Best. I would say
for
best.
me.
Awesome.
The newest one is always the best.
Of course. We always have
Why
the
not?
same theory that if you don't feel like it's your best record, stay in the studio and keep
Yeah.
working. So.
So you have recently tweeted about the documentary about
Uh-oh.
the
Yes,
fans.
I have.
Yes.
And I've also heard some story from the fans from the festival in Quebec that apparently they were like recorded, how they were waiting there for days and coming from Mexico and everywhere. Can you tell us something more about that?
Yeah, it's a nice documentary that an awesome team from Quebec is doing, and I think it started off by they just wanted to do a little documentary on music and fans, and then it became so much more than that because they started meeting some of our fans, and they saw how special the fans were and how great of a relationship we have with them. So it's just going to be a beautiful piece on the band and the fans and how we all love each other.
Yeah, it's really about, you know, how the love of music can make people do extraordinary things like travel to go see bands and, you know, make friendships, and there's all kinds of stories of that revolves around our fans and their lives, and, you know, and how they're connected to Simple Plan, and how, you know, loving the band got them to, you know, meet other friends and got them to even jobs sometimes and stuff like that. So it's really interesting, and you know, it'll be really kind of cool to see all together. You know, I think they film everything. They film like from the video shoot of Can't Keep My Hands Off You and Astronaut. They came to the Montreal Secret Show. They came to the Quebec outdoor concert.
They were in Japan with us.
They came to Japan with us.
I guess they're not in Europe, huh?
They're not right now, though. They have to put it all together at this point, you know.
They're not here right now, but, you know, we've done a lot of stuff with them, and they came in at the rehearsal spot where we were like rehearsing with interviews. I'm not sure how long that movie's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be like an hour and a half movie. Like it's gonna be
Could
very
be 10 hours.
detailed. Yeah, it could be. They have enough beautiful shots, anyways.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what about the DVD?
Yes, the DVD.
Or the photo book? Photo book.
There's 2 projects that are still going. We want to do like another DVD. We're compiling footage now.
In the meantime, there's the vlogs on the website. If you stitch them all together, it could probably last about half an hour. So that's kind of like the in-between DVD.
And we're debating the idea of maybe doing something like where we film a whole show, and we do that with like another portion of the DVD would be more like the big package for you. That could be cool too. We're not sure yet. And the photo book, that's a pet project of mine. I really want to make it happen. It's taken a little longer than expected, but it will happen. I want to.
I really hope so.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's like we already have a lot of stuff, work done on it, and I think it's going to be awesome.
Okay. By the way, is there any question that you have never been asked in an interview?
I am
and
so
would love
jealous.
To? And
You want to swap? Want to finish the last 2-3 questions?
Good, sure.
Yeah. Jeff loves you
join
guys
us,
too.
I love you guys.
Come sit down. Is there a question that you've never been asked and you wonder why, and you would
like
hope the
to
fans
answer?
would ask you?
Wow. That's kind of a lazy question, actually.
it's not. I had a pretty good question.
You're
before.
pushing your questions on us. Let me think. I don't know. I don't have one really.
What's your secret to being so handsome is a question I'm amazed we've never been asked.
So what's your secret?
No, I'm not going to tell you.
No.
But I'm just
It's a
surprised
secret.
nobody's ever asked that, you know?
I don't know.
That's a very tough question, actually.
Because we've been asked pretty much anything.
Because I don't know. I feel like all the recent interviews with you, they're all the same. They ask you all the same questions.
They are similar.
Very similar.
You know what? I'm surprised
I can't even post.
I got it. I know why. I'm wondering why people are not asking more about lyrical content. You know, like I sometimes have to sneak to Pierre and Chuck and ask him, "Is this song about me? Is this song about? Is this song about like you know? It's." I would be as a fan more curious about what's in the song.
Specifically some of the songs,
You have
yeah.
answered those questions in those really little videos about each of the songs.
Sure, but I think that lyrically there's some lyrical moments that definitely wouldn't need more attention. You know.
But it is true that we do talk about it a little bit in the track by track, but maybe not in as deep as Jeff would like to go.
Well, maybe next
Very
time I'm
interesting.
gonna ask you some really good questions about
Yes.
each
Each of the
every
lyrics.
song. Yeah.
Like You Suck at Love. Who's it about?
Yeah. Who's it about?
No, you didn't. It's not on your
It's
sheet.
not on your
Sorry.
sheet, I can't
I
tell you.
can't
We
use
can't
it.
do it.
Okay. Then I would really like to ask you. I have been on the internet, and I know that you guys are from Canada. And I know that there are lots of fake facts and misconceptions about Canada and Canadians.
Okay.
So I'd like you to
I lock
tell
my
me.
doors.
You do?
I do
Yes.
lock my doors,
Okay.
yes.
That is actually not one of those facts that I have here. But I have some facts and I would like you to tell me if they're right or not.
Okay.
So apparently Canadians live in igloos.
That is not true. It's log cabins.
Well, some. Good.
Yeah, that's it. There we go.
Okay.
Sugar
They-
Shacks.
Apparently they all love Nickelback.
Not everybody.
Not everybody.
Oh, trust me, there's Nickelback haters in Canada. We
Yeah.
promise you.
But a lot of people like them.
Obviously.
We're proud of them.
They eat a lot of maple syrup.
Yes.
Yes.
Maple syrup is really great, and actually, it's funny because when you go to the U.S. and you taste the maple, well, what they call maple syrup,
It's not maple.
it's not maple
good at
syrup.
all.
It's
Yeah.
you know, Quebec. Like there's this thing where every spring they make the maple syrup, you know, and they go to the
Sugar
sugar
shack.
shack they call it, and they have all these very traditional kind of food. And I'm not a big fan of like the food aspect, but the maple syrup and like the
It's super healthy too. It's like
It's very healthy. It's the
proven
best
to be,
kind of sugar you could have.
maple syrup. Yeah, maple syrup and like any other product that's like how do you call it, like maple butter and all that kind of stuff. So good.
Right. They all speak Canadian.
That is not a language, unfortunately.
We
No.
speak Fringlish actually, if you want to know.
You can
Yes.
speak English with a Canadian accent or French with a Quebec accent.
Okay. The streets are patrolled by singing Mounties.
That is true.
That is very true. Everywhere.
Yes,
On horses, obviously.
Yeah. They all play ice hockey.
pretty much.
Except
a lot of
me.
a lot of people
Except
play
you.
ice
Yeah,
hockey.
but a lot of kids like growing up, that's
Yeah.
their thing. Like they play hockey. And
Very
I
popular.
gotta tell you boys that I skated a lot during the winter. I
Nice.
could actually
Wow.
stand on my skates.
Nice.
Can't wait to see that.
Well, you know what? I don't know that I could play a game with you, but I could actually stand.
Nice.
You know, I have a problem breaking. It's still
Yeah,
my,
breaking's still my
Breaking is
my
tough.
challenge.
Breaking and stuff.
They desperately want to join the U.S.
That is not true.
That
It's
would be
good to be
false,
from
actually.
I
Canada.
think that it's like kind of like here's the deal with Canada and the U.S. I think we're really good friends and we all really like each other, but I think that there's little differences that each country is very proud of. You know what I mean? So like U.S. is proud to be a certain way, Canada is proud to be a certain way. So they're really good friends, but I think there's definitely a line between the two. You know?
We have a very European feel to our city in Montreal.
You do.
You know, we want to keep that.
You should. Europe is the best.
Yes, it is.
They are all tree-hugging hippies.
No, but there is a few. Just
Yeah?
like I'm sure there's a few here as well.
Yeah, I bet.
So yeah,
I would say the West Coast.
Well,
more.
yeah, the West Coast might be a little bit more hippie-ish than the East Coast, I would say.
So is it true that most Canadians are lumberjacks?
Yes, most. Except us, because we're in a band.
Well, I do cut a tree in probably 30 seconds, you know, but that's an ability, a special ability of mine.
Actually, no, not many lumberjacks.
They don't have the same technology as Americans.
That is
Ooh,
false.
that
We
is
actually
so
have
false.
better technology.
We
because there's more
invented,
tests.
we invented, yeah, exactly. We invented that arm, you know, that goes
space?
In space.
Oh.
That's the Canadian
Very
arm.
Canadian.
Winning.
And we invented Viagra too.
Very
Yes,
That's
sad.
not
Good
true.
for you. They all
we?
say a and a boat.
Yeah, that's something that's part of the accent, definitely in the middle of Canada.
Do you have it? Because I don't think.
No,
We don't.
because we learned from American TV mostly, you know. But it's on like some of our crew guys. If you talk to them, they say a lot and like a boat, but it's not really a boot. It's more like a boat.
A boat.
Yeah, they kind of say it like that. Avril says it, right?
Yeah.
Avril says a boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Their civil war was a bar fight that lasted a little less than an hour.
Yes, and it involved hockey sticks, and everybody was really drunk on Molson
Civil
Canadian
War.
beer.
I don't know, I missed that one.
No, I don't think we had a civil
We
war.
didn't have a civil war.
I think that's the joke.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't know.
They all wear plaid flannel.
I do
that's-
wear.
that's
do wear
everywhere.
Yeah, hipsters all around the world are wearing flannel right now.
These facts say that.
They're
mostly
facts.
Canada.
Yeah.
Well, being from
Fact.
Canada, like you know how it came into fashion here,
Yeah.
like not here, but like it was in fashion, like started like 3-4 years ago.
We're like
it's
forecovers.
always been in fashion in Canada. Flannel and plaid. It's
Never went away.
always Been there.
They can outdrink most Americans.
I would say that.
I would say that.
Yeah, because our beer is higher alcohol level, so we develop a tolerance.
Yes.
That's very much
I would say
stronger.
Yeah. This is also one of the facts that all dismiss all beers under 6% as for children and the elderly.
A good lager should be 4.5, but that's just me, you know.
If somebody bumps into a Canadian, the Canadian is always the first one to apologize.
That's true.
That is true.
It's very true. That's probably the biggest thing about this band. We're too polite.
Yeah. No, but it's true. Like somebody when bumps into you, you're like, oh, I'm sorry. But like, no, you bumped into me, but you still say you're sorry.
Yeah.
I think it's a good habit myself.
They all know only 3 spices: salt, pepper, and ketchup.
That's Americans. I would
That's
say.
Americans, yeah,
We
definitely.
have many more.
You know
Very
more.
open to world cuisine and.
Their houses have no front steps, yet the door is 1 meter above the ground.
No, it's because it's the wood logs that I was talking about earlier.
there's a certain length that we have to respect, you know, with the laws.
Do you guys have basements here in your houses?
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. See, in Canada, you have to have a basement because the ground freezes in the winter, so it has to be deeper. So that's probably where your front door thing comes from.
Oh, right. Okay. They think this, the start of deer season is a national holiday.
Is it? It might be.
Where did you get all these facts?
Because it
the
corresponds
internet.
with the Fête de la Reine there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It does fall in the same
Queen
kind
Day
of
or
times.
whatever?
Queen Day, I can't remember, but yeah, there's a holiday in September that corresponds
Labor
with
Day.
Labor Day. Yeah, that corresponds with the start of the hunting season. But as you know, we live in a city. There's not a lot of deer.
A lot of deers, okay.
Tommy, you're supposed to stop.
Okay,
Gotcha.
so I'd like to thank you guys for taking the
I would
time
like also
with
to
me.
tell you that Canada is not part of the UK.
No, it's not, okay.
Okay.
Thank you for saying that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This is very interesting.
You had more? A lot
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
That's the interview. Okay.
Thank you, support.
Thank you,
Really appreciate it.
SimplePlan.cz's.
Very awesome.
Keep checking the website for more news about Simple Plan that I don't even know.
You know, if I want to know about my calendar, my schedule, I look on your site.
It's a good side. Thank you.